Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is about something that's honestly pretty infuriating. We're going to talk about ghost trucking companies, fake addresses, and how this whole mess has been allowed to spiral while the FMCSA just kind of let it happen. If you saw that CDLLife article from May 2nd, you already know where this is going. It's titled FMCSA is doing nothing about trucking companies with fake addresses. And yep, that headline is spot on. There's a guy named Dale Prax who runs Freight Validate. So Dale's been tracking fake addresses and ghost fleets for years now, many years. Back in 2022, he gave FMCSA a full report showing that hundreds of trucking companies were using the exact same addresses. And I'm not talking similar, I mean exact. Same street, same suite number, same email. And not one or two companies, hundreds. In Signal Hill, California, nearly 700 trucking companies are tied to the same address. And over 500 of those companies are using the same AOL email address, which is WTFFMCSA@AOL.com. Yep, that's the real email. It's almost like they're daring the FMCSA to notice. Excuse me, but here's the kicker. So after Prax reported all this, nothing really changed. FMCSA acknowledged that they were aware, and they even claimed the address belonged to so-called motor carrier consultant, whatever that means. They also issued a vague statement saying that, PO boxes and virtual offices are not acceptable as principal places of business. Then, guess what? Those companies are still active, still using those addresses, still taking loads. And now it's not just California. The article mentions Dallas too. At least 20 trucking companies are registered to a single virtual mailbox in Texas. A worker at the address confirmed that they're just a mail service. And there's nothing, nothing wrong being mail service, but then again, nothing more. There's just service, there is no terminal, no dispatcher, no trucks in sight, and it keeps getting worse. Prax said that back in 2023, he noticed a surge in these fake registrations, and it hasn't slowed down since. He says using fake addresses is one of the biggest red flags for fraud. And yet, FMCSA hasn't cracked down at all. I mean, they'll chase you for violations, but I guess bad guys. So now, if you're wondering why this matters, here's the deal. When these ghost companies crash a truck, or scam a load, or vanish after getting paid, there's no one to hold accountable. I mean, you can't track them down, you can't contact them, you can't sue them, can't even get a call back. It's like they just disappeared into the thin air. And the scary part, the data shows that carriers with fake addresses are way more likely to be involved in crashes. So this isn't just a regulatory headache. It's a road safety issue, but don't just take my word for it. Let's talk about what actual truckers and freight brokers are saying online. And I've read through many posts, Facebook groups, and Reddit postings. One of the Facebook comments under CDLLife's article, they're just full of people calling this out. One comment read, "Ghost offices, these trucking companies are using fake addresses and stacking multiple motor carrier numbers into one location." So, truckers notice that stuff. And Reddit has been blowing up too. In the freight brokers subreddit, one user said they were dealing with a scammer who actually changed the contact info on a real DOT profile. They made themselves look like a legitimate carrier, hijacked loads from multiple shippers, and all was done in a single day. And then they just completely disappeared. No way to reach them, no one to verify, and then guess what? FMCSA didn't step in. And then another Reddit user said, and I quote, "DOT and FMCSA are completely asleep at the wheel. The people approving MC numbers and authorities must be getting paid under the table." Harsh words, but when you look at the evidence, it's kind of hard to argue with those comments. One guy shared that his DOT number was stolen and then reactivated using a fake address. And he said that they reactivated my old company and started running under my MC. And I only found out when brokers started calling me about unpaid invoices. So just imagine, you think you're no longer in business and you're getting those calls, and it's happening constantly. And brokers are struggling too. One broker said, "We now reject any carrier that doesn't have a real office, no phone number, no verifiable terminal. That's a deal breaker." And that kind of hurts, smaller guys because they don't have terminals. And if you think this only affects small players, think again. A Wall Street Journal piece from last year showed that freight fraud quadrupled in 2023 and still increased in 2024. One incident involved a refrigerated yogurt load stolen using a hijacked MC number, and then the scammers demanded a $40,000 ransom from the shipper. So that's how far this has gone. And again, FMCSA still not acting fast enough. It's not just freight getting stolen, it's trust, it's livelihoods, it's highway safety. So, one might ask, what's the fix? And here's what people in the industry are calling for. First, FMCSA needs to physically verify addresses, period. Not just run them through a database. Someone needs to actually check that the place exists and isn't just a mailbox store. Second, when dozens or hundreds of carriers are registered to the same address or email, that should be a red flag. That should trigger an automatic investigation. No excuses. Third, make the penalties real. Using fake address should mean immediate revocation of your authority, of one's authority. Fraudsters, like no warnings, no long appeal process. And then fourth, brokers and shippers need to vet who they're working with. Just know your partners. Stop booking loads with companies that don't even have a working phone line. And I think brokers got a little bit better about that. And fifth, drivers and fleet owners, just speak up. If your identity gets hijacked or you see something shady, report it, post about it, share your story. That's the only way we keep each other safe. And this whole situation is really kind of ridiculous. We've got people using AOL emails to register ghost fleets. And excuse me, no one at FMCSA is pulling the plug. Meanwhile, honest truckers are getting undercut, drivers are losing loads, and the public is driving next to probably ticking time bombs. And this is where the outrage needs to be. Because if the FMCSA isn't doing their job, then it's up to the rest of us to blow the whistle. So just tell me, have you dealt with a ghost carrier before? Has your MC number ever been hijacked? Have you spotted a suspicious registration? If you see those things, just drop it in the comments. Your story could keep someone else from getting burned. And if you want more content like this, where we dig into real issues, the stuff people don't really want to talk about, then go ahead and like this video, hit that subscribe button, and share with anyone who, books loads, drives trucks, or works in freight. And then, we've got more coming every week. But for now, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and most of all, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.